Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you an easy fun prom look, kind of for beginners. If you're not used to wearing a ton of makeup, you still just want to look really pretty for prom. So it's really simple. I just kind of use a few different products. You can find them at your drugstore, or you can just kind of use whatever you have, but it's just a really fun, pretty look. Okay, now back when I was living in Utah, I was a makeup artist for a photographer in Ogden, and my specialty, I guess you could say, was doing glamour photos, which is basically prom pictures without a date. So anyways, that's where I got really, I learned some really great tips and things like that with flash photography. So through this I talk a lot about different tips that you want to do, like if you are getting flash photography, like at dances and stuff like that. These aren't necessarily things that you would do or need to worry about on an everyday basis, but just kind of things that will look better with flashes, and just like if you're doing, you know, a lot of photographs and stuff like that. So if you are interested in learning some more tips and tricks and seeing how I got this simple, elegant prom look, then please just keep watching. I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyes, and you know what, I'm just going to clip my bangs out of the way because they're already bugging me. Okay, so when you're going to go to prom or a dance or something, and you're going to, you know, be dancing, and you'll probably end up being like a little bit sweaty at the end of the night, so it's really important to prime your eyelids on this night. There's a few different ways that you can do it. So a really affordable way is just like with these Maybelline color tattoos. This one is in the color Barely Branded, and it's just like a beige type color, and that's a really good way to just put that all over your eyelids. If you don't have any of these and you don't want to get one, then go in with like your foundation or your concealer and put your foundation all over your eye or your concealer, and then go over it with a powder, and that'll act like a really good base. But for this, I'm just going to show you using this Maybelline Barely Branded. You want to be careful to not bring too much glitter up like to your brow bone, just because sometimes with the flash it can really make it just kind of look weird. So you want to kind of just be careful how much glitter you're putting up on your brow bone. But you do want to bring it into the like your inner corner of your eye, because that like sparkle right there will look really pretty. Okay, so for the next step, just grab any kind of like neutral or like brownish or gray type of a tone, and just run it. Like I'm going to use this light, it's kind of a mauvey pink color, but I'm just going to get this big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put that all over in my crease. And doing this will go great with any eye look that you're doing, to just kind of start off with like a neutral color in the crease. It'll just make everything blend really well, so that there's no harsh transitions between like your brow bone and down on your eyelid. Okay, and then typically I don't like match my outfits to my makeup or anything. I mean, you can if you want, but I just don't think to do it on an everyday basis. But with prom, it's sometimes fun to do that. So if you're wearing like a pastel color dress or something, then that's a really fun one to work with. So like I have this pastel pink or like this pastel purple. So I'm just going to use this pastel purple color just kind of to show you. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over my eyelid. Okay, and then if you're not wearing like a pastel dress or something, another really pretty option is just like a light silvery color, just something like this. Okay, so then I'm going to grab a darker silver that looks like this. This is just one from Ulta. And this was one of my favorite ones to put on clients, because like a silver will really accentuate any eye color. Like there's not really one that it's going to blend in with, and so it'll look just really pretty with almost every color eye, every color dress, all that. So just any kind of dark silvery will be pretty, and then just kind of put that in like your outer corner and in your crease area. And just use a really light hand with your brush. And then a really great tip is to go back in with that original crease brush that you used, and just kind of, you don't even have to put anything on it, but just kind of use that to blend everything out so that nothing looks too harsh. Okay, so for eyeliner, a lot of people kind of just stick with their everyday routine, which is fine. So if you do have like a black eyeliner that you like to wear every day in a certain shape or whatever, then just go ahead and do that. If you're not used to wearing eyeliner or something, then I would recommend that at least putting like a dark shadow kind of down by your lashes, and that's really going to help make your lashes stand out in pictures and just help your eyes kind of stand out. So another pretty option is like a dark purple color. And again, I gravitate towards purples because they really just help kind of all eye colors just stand out. So I'm just going to use this really cheap e.l.f. brush, and it's just like a little smudgy brush. and just grab a little bit of some dark purple eyeshadow. This is one of the ones from Sally's Beauty for like 99 cents. So really good option for eyeshadows is to go there. And just put this right along your lash line just to make your lashes look a little bit thicker. Okay, and then go ahead and curl your eyelashes and put on some mascara. I would recommend using a waterproof just so that if you do get a little bit sweaty or anything like that, it doesn't like wear off. For mascara, I'm going to be using by Maybelline the Rocket Volume Express and waterproof. Using waterproof will also help hold a curl. Sure to put a few extra coats on of mascara so that your eyes don't get washed out in the bright flashes. Okay, so then for under your eyes, go in with like whatever kind of neutrally color that you started off with in your crease. So I'm just going to grab that kind of pink mauve color and then just a little brush and put a little bit of that underneath your eyelashes on your bottom. And that's just going to create a shadow under your eyes, and it'll make your eyes look really big and open. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our face makeup. So it's really a good idea to use a primer, something like this, or the e.l.f. one. They're like, this one's like $5.96, or it's really cheaper. The e.l.f. one's $6, but it's a really good idea to have a primer on. Even if you don't normally wear one every day, it's a good idea to have one on tonight. The primer is also really going to help your foundation stay on. So when you're going to be using or having like flash photography pictures taken of you, you're going to want to use a pretty full coverage foundation, or at least like a matte finish foundation. You don't really want it to have a lot of sheen, or else that can just kind of come off a little bit wonky in some of the pictures. Like sometimes it'll just grab random sheen on your face that in real life probably looks really good, but sometimes with flash photography it can just mix with that. Another tip with your foundation is to get something without an SPF for that night, because SPF in foundation can add like that kind of weird white cast that sometimes foundation gets in pictures. So if you have one and you're not sure, just have your mom or somebody in your family like take some pictures of you with the flash on, you know, kind of in different lighting, and see how you like that. Some options I am going to show you that I really like is like the Revlon Colorstay Whip. This is one from the drugstore. This one's a little bit pricier. Another fantastic option is this new one by Hard Candy. This is the Glamoflauge foundation. This one is probably the heaviest coverage one at the drugstore, and it dries to a really like a matte finish. So this is a really good option if you have, especially if you're trying to cover up blemishes and you don't have like perfect skin. So if you have really like pretty clear skin, but you just want something to kind of mattify it and just make it look like even just more perfect, then a good option would be like this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. This one's not as heavy of a coverage, so if you don't need it, like if you don't need as heavy of a coverage, then just kind of gravitate towards something like that. Okay, so today I'm going to be using this Hard Candy Glamoflauge foundation, because I have got plenty that I would like to cover. Okay, and I'm just going to be kind of stippling this into my face with my foundation brush. So after you've kind of put like one layer of foundation on, then see what you need from there. Like if you still have a zit or something that you want to cover up, then go in with a concealer at that point and just kind of dab it onto that zit. I talk a lot more about this in my my foundation and concealer video, so if you are interested, then go ahead and watch that. And spend a little bit of extra time on this day just like blending everything in, and you know, just kind of stippling it all really well, just so that, because you're gonna have lots of pictures taken of you, so it'll just really help. Okay, so then it's really important to put a little bit of concealer under your eyes. So a few options are like this e.l.f. Corrective Concealer, or Cover Everything Concealer in Corrective Yellow. It's just a nice yellow one. Or like Covergirl, you could use something like this. Maybelline makes one, just kind of any light concealer, and then put it under your eyes. So I'm going to use this Covergirl one. And this is just going to look really flattering in pictures, and it's going to just really open up your eyes a lot and just like draw attention to your eyes. And you want to kind of put it in a triangle shape. Okay, so then just like use your finger or brush or whatever you have and blend it out. Also good to put a little bit of that, just like your extra or whatever, down the bridge of your nose. Okay, so then this is a really important step, is powder. And you want to powder your whole face really good, a little bit more than normal. And you want to do this for a couple reasons. With the flash photography, with a little bit more powder than normal, it's just going to make your face look really just like flawless and airbrushed and just like that perfectly, just like that perfect finish on your face. So that's really going to be flattering and just look pretty. Also, if you're going to prom and you're going to be dancing and stuff, you don't want it to be sweating off your makeup, or if you're getting a little bit oily, this is just really going to help. So my favorite drugstore powder is this Stay Matte powders by Rimmel. They're only like $3 and something cents. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, just go over your face like a couple times with a good powder. And you especially want to hit on the areas that you probably like, that you could tend to get shiny. So like, especially go over on your forehead and on your chin and your nose. Just kind of like that T-zone area. Because that's where a lot of times that flash photography kind of catches it up and it looks kind of funny. Eyebrows, if they need to be done, a really good option. Like mine are super sparse, so I kind of have to, I really have to like fill mine in a lot. But if you have like better eyebrows than I do, just get one of these little spoolies. Like you can get these at any like Macy's or Nordstrom or Dillard's or anywhere with like makeup counters, and these are just the little sample mascara things. So just pick one up and then just at least comb through your eyebrows. And then a good trick is to like spray a little bit of this with hairspray and then comb through, and it'll just kind of hold your brows in place. Remember that with your brows, it's really easy for them to get kind of washed out with the lights. So if you do normally fill them in a teeny bit more. Not so that they look too dark, but just so that you can definitely see them. Okay, so the next step is going to be bronzer, which is really important because under those bright flashes and pictures and stuff, the camera just really wants to make your face look flat and one-dimensional, which it's not. So you kind of have to add some extra color just to make it, to kind of give it its dimension back and like your structure to your face back and stuff. So one of my favorite bronzers is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and it looks like this. And it's really affordable at the drugstore. So just get this and then any kind of brush and like go along your cheekbones. And kind of just go the places that like the sun would just naturally hit your face. So kind of like the tops of your foreheads, a little bit on your nose. And then also another really fun tip is to put a lot of it like down your neck and onto your chest. And then under like along your jawline. And depending on my dress, I would always bring it like clear down onto my chest or all over like my arms and shoulders, depending on whatever dress I was wearing. But it just will give your skin a really pretty look in pictures. Okay, and then with blush, it's pretty standard. Just kind of put a little bit on your cheeks. Although go heavier with your bronzer than you would like with your blush, because you can definitely go too heavy for blush. I just kind of like to make it, just give my skin a little bit of color and just kind of put it along my cheek. And it'll really make your skin look just really pretty and glowy if you kind of drag it up to like the sides of your eyebrows right there. And just make sure that that's blended really well. So then after you go in and put like your bronzer and your blush and stuff on, just go back in with your powder brush with nothing on it and just kind of make sure everything gets blended out. Okay, so then for lips, do something a teeny bit darker than like what you're used to. Okay, so I'm going to use the Wet n Wild. These are really affordable, and this is the color 503C. And it's just a cute pink color. When you are done, just put a couple more coats of mascara on. Okay, so then this last step is optional, but my favorite thing is when I'm doing an event and I really want my makeup to stay on all night, is to set it with some kind of a setting spray. Now, e.l.f. makes a really affordable one. I think this is $6. And then, I mean, lots of companies are starting to make them now, like NYX is another one. Looks like that. But anyways, it's just really going to help your makeup stay on and not wear off and not sweat off and all those things. Okay, so you could definitely be done there. I'm going to just go ahead and show you a couple more little tips though that are totally optional that can look pretty. Okay, so under flashlights, I've talked a lot about how sometimes it can grab on to like weird shine or weird shimmer and stuff like that. So you want to be, you just, like, if you are going to put shimmer on your face, you just want to do it like really strategically. So if you do want a little bit of extra shine and shimmer though, then just grab like any kind of light shimmery white eyeshadow or anything. You don't need like a specific highlighter. If you have one, great. And some good places to hit with it. So I'm just going to use like the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Luminizer. And just get a little brush and just put it like right on the tops of your cheekbones. Just a little bit right there. And this is just enough so that kind of when you turn it just kind of catches the light a little bit. Another pretty place is just kind of like right above your eyebrows. And then do you see how it just gives it a little bit of glow? I hope that you can see that. It just kind of gives a little bit of glow just right along there, and that'll just kind of keep the attention right at your eyes, which is where you want it. Okay, and then another spot that's really pretty to hit with highlighter is right in the inner corners of your eyes. So just kind of grab whatever and then just put a little bit right on the inner corners. And I would be careful putting it like up under your eyebrows, because that's a spot that it can, if it gets too heavy with the glitter, it can catch it and just kind of make it look weird in flash photography. But right in the inner corners of your eyes is a really good spot to add some glitter. Okay, and this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice time at your dances and have fun playing in your makeup. See you next time. Bye.